Alright, task. Rudder, it's going out. I threw a lot at you last episode. With our eyes looking forward towards the launch ramp, we made a list. Hang the rudder. Now, as most of you know, boat lists seem to go like this.
Steel timbers and finally get it done, and you look behind you and there's 8 more stacked up just waiting to be done. It kind of seems to go on forever.
You cross one thing off and add 2 more. And Garrett, in order to hold on to any sanity he had left during this monstrous endeavor, tends to skip around a lot, starting multiple projects at once, so when one gets overwhelming, he can jump to another with fresh energy. While working the cabin modification, he also began the steps for the chain plates. Started the pintles and gudgeons with Rolf in order to get the rudder onto the boat, and collected the parts for the prop assembly. If you're already confused, so am I. So let's just start with the rudder. The rudder story begins a year ago, when our truck out date in Washington got pushed back due to wildfires closing the interstate. Garrett, unable to sit idle and maybe take a much-needed break from building the boat, continued to build and made the rudder. You helping Dad build the rudder? The rudder is 7 pieces of Douglas fir sandwiched together. We're still pulling this fir from our last lumber score, salvaged rafters from a 1940s schoolhouse demo. The rudder towers overhead at 9 feet and 4 inches. We might have saved ourselves some trouble if we reclaimed an old barn door and threw a tiller on it. The rudder's no feather, and we haven't even added the steel hardware yet. Can't even get it all the way in this film yet. Once the conversation started with Rolf, it was time to move the rudder, which had been in the boat for 7 months. I think we're going to try and get the rudder out today so we can take some measurements. Somehow we fit it out, or we got it in here, so got to be able to get it out somehow.
How you doing?
Good.
Maybe you can get a grip under it?
Yeah. Hopefully it slides Okay, so now it's on deck. Now how to get it down there. So using the ladder and then 2 lines attached to come-alongs, we'll lower it down, safe and sound. And then Garrett's brother Reed appeared as if Neptune himself had sent him.
Good?
Yep. Perfect timing, Reed. Thank you. Out. After measurements were taken and diagrams drawn, material had to be cut. While Garrett was trimming the raw steel for the rudder and keel brackets, Ralph was in his shop shaping the pintles to fit the gudgeons.
You know, is this enough or you want more? You know, that kind of a thing.
Yeah, for so are these going to be the actual gudgeons, or are these going to be the part that just slide over here?
Yes.
Okay.
In other words, you're getting more material, so they can be either or.
Okay.
We're not going to adjust this size.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to make these fit.
Yeah.
I've got the die coming to put the threads on these.
Okay. Cool.
So that should be here. I'm thinking Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
It'll come to my house.
Sweet. Well, I ordered more of this stuff as soon as I got home after I was here last time. So hopefully it'll be getting here soon. But
that's what it's going to look like, right? And then with the washer, there's one washer and a nut and then a drill hole.
Mm-hmm.
The castellated nuts were like stupid expensive.
Yeah.
So I said, screw that. We're not going to use that. We're
just drill a hole through, put a cotter pin or something.
Yeah. Call it a day.
Yeah.
And then so
I think as far as the actual gudgeon, definitely want it looser.
Okay. That's not a problem. So we're going to weld this pin into this.
Mm-hmm.
To one of these, whichever we decide, and then we'll just go from there.
Both the rudder and the keel will have 3 brackets. The rudders will have the pintles welded, and the keel brackets will have the gudgeons welded.
I tried to bend this on my press. It wouldn't have nothing to do with it. It wouldn't have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So I decided that we were going to just cut and weld.
Okay.
Because I could, the joint we can make, I mean, when you have that, and then we'll weld on the inside, it's going to be plenty stronger.
Okay,
If you break that, you got other issues going on.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's going to be an issue.
Cool.
This is the middle of the keel. So as you can see, I put a 1-inch offset. So we drill these 1/2-inch holes, right? Boom, boom, boom. And then when we cut these tacks and remove them, they'll basically be a 1/2 inch off.
Perfect.
So they won't be great. You know what I mean? But then we don't have to drill them twice. We just drill once.
Yeah,
So
smart.
So that is the middle. This is these are the front of the keel. So these are for this piece and this piece.
Okay.
Once again, these are offset. So these are the pieces that go in the front that gets welded here, and then we have to set the gap correctly.
Okay.
Obviously, those will be bolt holes, and then this is the rudder, the middle of the rudder, the bottom of the rudder. I guess this is the top of the rudder.
Yeah, probably top of the rudder.
These are the pieces for the rudder.
Okay.
I made these a little longer than these pieces. So we come in here, clean the area where we're going to weld, put a weld in, put that piece in there, put a weld, and then a weld.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds super strong.
So you guys get to drill.
Sweet.
Drill holes, and then we'll set up a time to do that and to do the welding on a weekend.
Okay.
And it won't be this weekend because I have to go to Angels Camp.
Yeah, and we're going out of town this weekend as well.
Okay.
It's our anniversary.
Yay! How many years?
6.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It'll be 20 for me this year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
20 years. Jeez. That's where we're at. I
Cool.
mean, I spent Saturday, Sunday cutting and sheening. My lathe is covered in machine chips.
We worked 3 days over the next few weeks, drilling holes, threading bolts, crude jokes,
Do a little job over here.
and a little welding. Turns out race cars and sailboats do have something in common. They push their gear and their crew to the limits, and we're still obsessed about them.
If you're into racing, you got the world's greatest backyard. Not a bad gig.
Okay, I'm finally ready.
Hello.
When the good vibe's rolling, there's no time to lose. Rolf got started on the pintles, and Garrett began drilling the holes for the lags and bolts. the last one, or is this the last one?
No, that's a reject.
Oh, okay.
So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. That's it.
Nice. We tried to thread the pintles with the lathe, but it kept slipping in the jaws. So after it was centered, we switched to the vise and manpower.
Just like anything, you got to go back and forth. I mean, this is 1 inch 8 threads, so it's not like you're doing chintzy little threads. All right, let's see. Garrett, come look at this. Look at that. I mean, it is.
Oh, wow.
Put that on her. Go screw around, buddy.
Nice.
Is that beautiful?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Nice. Little skin there, a little love.
Oh, yeah, man.
But it's taken every inch of my grunt to get that on there. I mean, to get that far.
Yeah.
I want you to feel this. And you'll feel when it bites how much grunt you got to put to it. Yeah. Okay, so start to spin. See, it's actually even spinning in this. So let me do this. We're gonna. You already told me that we're gonna take some more off of this pimple.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about.
Yeah.
Let me have that. Come here, young man. Grab a hold of that. All right, I'd say that's good.
Thread and keel bolts again.
Yeah.
That's the young man's job right there, Ruth.
I like it. I need a workout.
Well, that'll give you a workout.
I could probably do it. Probably not that hard.
You want to have a good laugh? Not being sexist, Ruth, you try that. Seriously, I don't think you have enough mass. I'm impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed.
That's my girl.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, now back it off. I think, let's go all the way off, Ruth, because I'm impressed. Chicks rock. We've both seen, that's not easy.
No.
No, that's not easy. That's a one.
Crazy how hot that is.
Well, yeah, it's friction. You know what? I think that one's done.
Sweet.
I don't think we
Does
have.
the washer go underneath it?
Yeah. So Garrett, what do you think? Remember, we got these. Remember, my buddy gave me these swoopy doopy washers.
Oh, yeah.
These washers.
Yep. Oh, yeah. That's going to be fine.
I think that's the bomb. Only two more to go.
Sweet.
Get on it, Ruth. It's a beautiful thing. One pintle, one shiny pintle. Look at that.
So is that?
Yeah, it is.
So I took, this is the one that we just did, obviously. So I took another like 40 thou off. What do you think of that? I don't think you want to go more than that.
Yeah. Sure, works for me.
You can always take more off later too.
No.
No?
I mean, we could, It all depends on how we weld it.
Oh, okay.
Because remember.
Oh, we're rolling them in place.
We decided we're doing this. So one end of the pintle, we're gonna have two gudgeons. Initially, we were just gonna do the pintle and then do straps across it. But we decided, I talked you into doing that, so we have more of a bearing surface between the two gudgeons, right?
Yeah.
So one gudgeon will be welded to the pintle. So it'll be like that. So the only way to do that would be to cut this off of whatever it's welded to, and then cut the pintle out of that, and then machine it, which would be a
pain.
Yeah. Definitely.
So we've got to make this decision.
I think to be on the safe side, off of the lower half, that's actually going through the gudgeon, maybe just a hair off.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Cool.
You're the boss. So you say go, I say how far.
We want to take a little more off the pintle, leaving more slop, as they say, or wiggle room in the gudgeon, because nothing is perfectly square on a boat. So this allows more play or adjustment when we go to actually hang the rudder onto the boat.
That's 20 thousandths of an inch.
What did you say, 20?
20 thousandths of an inch.
Wow.
That's roughly 18 hairs. All right, boss.
Yeah, I think that's good.
All right.
Right on.
Good enough. One pintle finissimo.
Sweet. Second one's threaded.
Oh, really? Cool breeze. And I can just go ahead and see that one. All right. So use the tailstock. Ruth has already seen this. I use the tailstock, and that just gets me square.
Yeah.
On the thread, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you want to do. This is the only time it's cool to be square. All right, young man, this is when you take over. Tighten that down, have at it. I'm going to change my gloves and wash my hands.
Can you save part of it for me? Because it's kind of fun.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
How often do you kind of go back?
You can go at least like one thread, if not two. You'll be able to, if you can't, Ruth, if you can't, I don't want you, you're holding on. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for teaching it, just like, exactly. And then, you're gonna hurt yourself. If you hurt yourself, drag your ass out front and leak out there.
Hard edge.
Oh, okay.
Is that all of it?
I don't know, you tell me.
I think so.
What is getting the pintles and what's getting the gudgeons?
So, I
The
think
rudder gets the pintles.
I think we'll put the pintles on the rudder. Yeah.
These two welders here, this welder and that welder, are the same type of welders. They're what they call MIG welders.
Okay.
MIG welders, you probably heard that expression. MIG welding is metal inert gas welding.
Okay.
Basically, it's like a glue gun.
Okay.
Anybody can do it.
Got it.
It ain't rocket science. The other blue machine over there, that's a TIG welder. That's tungsten inert gas welding.
Okay.
They're both called GMAW, which is gas metal arc welding. Okay? So this is gas metal arc welding, this gas metal arc welding. Gas, metal, arc electric, right? This one has a 33-pound steel wire spool on it. You can see right there.
Okay.
Right? And then here, on the other side of it, is a 2-pound tube, a 2.2 pound or 1 kilo spool of aluminum wire. So this is an aluminum gun, so I can weld aluminum with this with just by a flip of the switch. This is a 220 machine, that's a 110 machine. That machine only does steel. And you say, okay, well, why do I have 2 steel machines? This one is for the big heavy duty, like we're about to do, 1/2-inch plate.
Okay.
That one is my dual. I run 023 wire in that. I run 035 wire, or 032 wire in this one. So I run a bigger wire, heavier stuff, you know, bigger material. So this is the big mama jama. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Okay, so we're gonna just kind of freehand, and then we'll deal with the consequences after the fact.
Perfect. I like it.
So this, can you explain? It's going on the keel.
Yeah.
And then the rudder will be here.
So yeah, this is gonna wrap around the keel, and we're gonna have a gudgeon, basically the.
Show her on
one of those circle pieces.
Yeah. So.
Like that.
Yeah, and so that's gonna go on the keel, and then the rudder is gonna have one of these, a pintle. That, and the rudder will have its own straps. It'll just be smaller since the rudder's only 3 inches.
Got it.
So yeah, that'll mount like that. We'll have this top.
Welded.
We'll have that welded on there, and that'll be mounted onto the.
Onto the front of one of these, like this.
Yeah.
Right. Actually, the front of one of these, like this.
And then those come out.
And then these come out with these straps to the rudder. All right, guys, I'm gonna make some really bright light.
Okay.
Typically, they say it's 10 times brighter, 10 to 12 times brighter than the sun, but we'll see.
So don't stare at it.
Okay.
Yes, please do not stare at this.
Ow, crap.
Don't weld yourself.
No, I want to put my gloves on. Okay, try and pick this up. Look at this.
Is it hot?
It's warm. That's it grounding itself. Don't put your lips on that wrist. All right, so we just did a ton of welding.
Yeah, yeah.
So quick question, because I know nothing about welding. So
don't put your finger on it, I can tell you that.
So to get all this that you just did, is there metal in that?
Yes, that's what I was showing you, that big spool. Here, watch. Keep your camera on this part right here. Watch, when I pull the trigger right here. So when I pull the trigger, two things happen. It pulls the wire, and then it also activates the gas solenoid. And I have 2 different kinds of gases here. I have this bottle right here, which is 75-25.
Okay.
It's 75% argon, 25% carbon dioxide. I have this bottle here, and that's straight argon. I use the straight argon to run my aluminum wire feeder.
Okay.
And then I use a 75-25 to run this big nasty thing. One, almost done.
Nice.
So, we can do some sanding on that later. All right, so front of keel. So then, this is the next one, right? This is the one you're gonna do.
I played with a welder very briefly.
You've never welded?
No.
Oh, shit. Well, we gotta have some schooling before we
Yeah.
throw you into the deep end.
Yeah.
I thought you had welded before.
No.
Oh, dude. I'm yapping away like he knows how to weld. And
I think he's gonna watch you and try to learn.
you know, it's all about patience, but at the same time, it's eye-hand coordination. I'm going to do this in stringers. In other words, I'm not going to do any weaving. I'm just going to do straight passes, and it's real simple.
And is that because it's such a big weld that you don't have to like get super precise about?
No, I mean, I'm doing it just to make it easy on you.
Okay.
So you can see it visually. I would, there's all different kinds of ways to do this. You can do weave pads, you can do stringers. There's probably some SMA or SME Society of Mechanical Engineering, whatever. Certification, blah, 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 technical, why you gotta do it a certain way.
Yeah.
We're sticking two pieces of metal together for a boat.
Exactly.
All right? That's overkill anyway.
Yeah.
So as long as it's welded correctly, and I'm confident that it is welded correctly, which I believe it is, we should have no problem. So we're just gonna go vertical down and do the stringers. And then we always overlap.
When you said always overlap, so those 3 that you went down, you just mean like make sure the bead overlaps?
Overlaps at least a third.
Okay.
At least 1/3.
With the last weld of the day cooling, we discussed what was left to finish the rudder fittings and felt super solid about what we did today. In the 6 hours we had, we got all 3 pintles made and threaded, all bolt and lag holes drilled, and managed to weld the first 2 keel bracings. Not a bad first day.
Torque, so a lot of energy. Are you kidding me? I was almost
Just be embarrassed and my pride.
People say, well, you're not working enough safety equipment. And I say, Bob. Slippery when wet is not good for this kind of thing.
But good for other things.
Yes. So we have good full penetration. Hang on, don't touch that. You gotta dissipate energy somehow, right?
Feels good.
Here, go like this. You got it right?
I'm gonna check.
Yep. I'm sure there's gonna be haters out there telling you that we're doing the whole on. You never know when you're gonna need a manly set of channel locks.
Oops.
I think it's time for a new glove.
What was that? Nice, Garrett. Oh! I just had the other brain cell just kicked in, talking to the other brain cell. Seriously, brunettes are thicker than redheads. Redheads have the thinnest hair, and that's a known fact. I know.
Might have to go with
like half-inch threads, or like
something easy.
1/4 inch or 832 or something simple. No, gotta build a big old boat. Big old hardware that you can't buy in the store.
That's why we have you.
I still love you, buddy.